One of the arguments that you make in the film is that, and something we just talked about, was that there has to be dialogue. In order for there to be diplomacy, you can't have diplomacy with somebody you're not talking to, and that sanctions also are tempted to be counterproductive. We have sanctions against Russia now. We have sanctions against Iran. Do you feel that there's no situation where sanctions? I mean, I would argue that the sanctions in South Africa was a part of the realpolitik of making them compliant and willing to be diplomatic. Am I wrong?
I requested that the first time the movie would be seen, the public should be in Sheffield. Sheffield it's a little town of England where they make steel. At the time of Madame Thatcher was still calling Mr. Mandela a terrorist, Sheffield stood and was picketing, moving into the street, protesting, and it was the first city in the world would decide to be a Mandela city. So there is still a big town hall in Sheffield, which is still called Mr. Mandela. I'm talking about the 80s, 85.
Wow.
And I talked to the audience in Sheffield and said, you saw me saying that I was against the sanctions. But the first thing I want here is to pay you respect for what you have done, because you were part of the success and the end of apartheid. As you know, sanctions, I don't want to be too technical, are voted by the United Nations. But sanctions are of various types of sanctions. You have economical sanctions. I have no reason to oppose economical sanctions. You have cultural sanctions. You cannot travel and send movies or art one country to the other. There is another type of sanction, which is the sport sanctions. You cannot be part of the Olympic Games, or you cannot have your teams traveling anywhere. The last two sanctions, I am very much opposed, because they cut the possibility of people to travel, to see that there are other people who think differently than they think, whether they come to your country or they go to their country, and to maintain a sort of dialogues. In 1993, I met Mr. Arafat in Lebanon. At that time, the PLO was based out of Beirut. Yep. And somebody brought me to Mr. Arafat, and we talked about South Africa, and he said, you know, I made a mistake. I demand that all the Arab countries were close to my cause, the Palestinian cause, should impose sanctions to any products, any company, any individual who are dealing with Israel. I cut myself for a possibility of dialogues. This is the way I cut myself of dialoguing and opening through different channel dialogue. And please don't apply the same thing in South Africa. This is quote unquote from Mr. Arafat. This is in that sense that I'm against sanction, because how can you reach peace and understanding if you cut any avenue for dialogues? And yes, in that case, I am against those sanctions.
It's interesting because in this country, we talk more and more about how segregated people have become, and that they have tended to, you know, the physical manifestation is the gated community, where you only live in a community of like-minded people. But there's a more metaphoric kind of gated community where people just are only talking to people who look, sound, and believe what they believe. And so in a way, it's a kind of cultural sanction, because we never talk to people who believe something differently, which is really a problem. I mean, we can talk about diplomacy writ large between countries, but even in our communities, there is a kind of lack of diplomacy.
Yes, and not only that, but you know, here in America, I've been touring America, and I've been in Atlanta, and I've been in Washington, and I've been in New York with the opening of the African House for the UN General UN Assembly. You know, a lot of black people have found, because of what's happening now, have found some image close to what is happening right now in America. I don't say they are right, but at least there is a tendency now to say what we are seeing, what we have seen during the time of apartheid remains today. And yes, there are still some hoops whereby apartheid has not completely gone from the rest of the world. And one of the things you are mentioning, this gate community, you call it? Gated community is somewhere, somehow, is apartheid too.
Yeah. An apartheid that we all choose for ourselves in a way. And that's true of black, white, and everybody to some degree.